YouTube, what is going on, guys? Day one Nade here, coming to you with a Tarisland video. Now, it's been about a week since Tarisland has dropped, and a ton of people have been playing it. I've been playing it with a bunch of my friends, and I've been having a good time. And I know that a lot of other people have been having a good time as well. So I figured since it's been about a week, the level cap is up, and we've kind of got an experience, we've kind of got to experience a majority of what has came in the first week, right? Because for people who didn't play Tarisland, they don't know that there was a level cap every day, which I'll get into a little bit later in the video. But I figured, why not come out with my first impressions of what I thought of the first week of Tarisland. So I want to jump into a lot of the good stuff that I found with the game, and we're gonna take a look. Kind of just figured we'd have a little bit of a background here of being in the game. It was highly regarded at the beginning that having one North American server was going to be a problem. It was going to open up a ton of issues with people being able to get in the servers, with people being able to have good performance on the servers. And well, for any of those people who said that, you were wrong. The servers operated fantastic through the entire launch. There wasn't any crashes of the servers. There was no major issues of people not being able to get into the servers, or people not being able to party up or anything like that. It was, well, great. That's all I can really say about it. So we'll dive into the content a little bit. I think the content was fun. I think that the content at the early stages was easy enough to where it was, exciting to play, but it wasn't so difficult that it wasn't enjoyable, right? We did go into some of the challenge mode dungeons. Those were quite difficult, and that was fun for me and my group that were trying to jump into a little bit more of the difficult content. So I think the content is great. I think what they did with the world, I mean, if you just look around, I think that the world is just absolutely beautiful. There wasn't any weird edges or anything that I ran into. The world has ran flawless. The world has looked beautiful. The FPS has been, quite frankly, through the roof the entire time, whether there was 5 people in the area or whether there was 10,000 people in the area. 10,000 might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but there was quite a lot of people in a lot of the areas, and the world again ran flawlessly. It looked great. It was enjoyable. It was engaging, and that's kind of where I want to go next, with the content being engaging. The content is engaging, and the classes are engaging. It was fun to play the classes. They weren't overly difficult, but they weren't overly easy. Some of them felt a little bit stronger than others, but overall it was a fun experience to play. Now, while the level cap I wasn't a huge fan of, I know that a lot of people were a fan of the level cap. There was definitely positives to having the level cap. It put a lot of people at a level playing field. It didn't allow people to kind of jumpstart ahead with the pay to win features that were in the game. It kept everybody fairly balanced, and it was quite a fun experience for everybody to kind of be on the same level and tier and whatnot. So that was great. Aside of that, I do think that there were a couple of things that could have been changed. Now, I think it is really, really awesome that there are a ton of challenges and a ton of things that they want you to complete. But as you can see, as I'm continuously clicking through menus upon menus upon menus upon menus, You get my point. My point is there's too many menus. Something that I thoroughly enjoy in Lost Ark is the kind of you have everything in a specific location. If you want to go to your character, you come down, you click your character, you have everything. If you want to see how many raids you have left for the week, you go to a certain tab and it tells you exactly how many raids you have left for the week, or it how many dungeons you may have, or whatever it may be. Well, you don't really have that. Yes, you have your gameplay tab that has your dungeons in it, but you have to click into it. Reward chances, how many do I have there? Go into raid, okay, how many do I have there? Well, now I have 9 left here, but it says reward chances 9 out of 10 here, but it says reward chances 0 out of 0 out of 1 here. So how many do I have? It's just confusing. There's a lot of things there. This guy has continued to invite me over and over again. I'm not really sure why he keeps inviting me, but anyways, there was just a lot of menus to kind of go through. Now, while I don't believe that there was any glitches or exploits within the game, I do believe that there was some exploits in the not exploits, but bugs in the exploration. So there was supposed to be a camera here that you were able to take for your exploration to get your reputation up. Now, as you can see, it's not here, and I believe that that's quite a big thing kind of throughout the world. There's quite a few missing pieces of the reputation system, and that's pretty upsetting because reputation does play a decently large part in this game. Aside of that, I think, holy, this guy is all over it. Again, for me, I was not a huge fan of the level cap. I didn't like that there was only about an hour's worth of content for me to come in for every single day. I did put the game down for about 3 days to come back and have 3 hours of content for stream earlier on today, and it was fun to have a ton of content to play. Now, also with that, everything is limited. Everything. Whether it's from the time that the trade post opens to the time that the trade post closes, to PvP being time gated, everything is time gated, even down into the crafting menus. The menus unlocks on day 30, unlocks on there was another thing on day 11, on day 8. Everything is time gated. I think that the time gate system is great to a certain degree, but I think in this case there's just way too much time gate to make the game enjoyable. You come in, it's very limited every single day, and that's kind of just that. And that's, well, upsetting because the game is fun, but it doesn't feel rewarding when you're kind of just playing it. You get your daily rewards, you get your weekly rewards, or you get your 3-day rewards or 2-day rewards, and well, now you are finding my next issue. You don't have just a weekly and daily. You have weekly, you have bi-weekly, you have every 3 days, you have daily. And when there's no menu to tell you exactly how many you have, what the countdown is, it's not an enjoyable experience. Which again, it sucks because the actual gameplay is great, the organization is not. So hopefully they'll come out with a menu that will basically pop everything up, tell you exactly what you have, put everything kind of in your face, and make it a little bit easier. Or maybe just make things daily, weekly, even if it is every 3 days, just make it a little bit easier to track. Aside of that, I think the game is great. I think the game is super, super enjoyable. And my final conclusion of it is this. I think it needs to cook. Let it cook, and I think the game can be great. I think it has a great foundation. I think it has great content. There's a ton of content that is still to come for the game, but I think that they truly need to hone in on the organizational part of the game because it's all over the place. I want to see this game succeed. I've had a ton of fun playing it with all of my friends, and I'm going to continue playing it even while there are a ton of games coming out over the next couple of months. I'm still going to be playing it, but I think it is going to be a game where I'm only going to have to log on every couple of days to get all of my dailies and weeklies out of the way, and I won't have to spend an overabundant amount of time on it, which for some people that may be great, but for hardcore people or for people who are trying to create content, that isn't a great system for them. Now, I'm sure that there's a lot of things that people like and a lot of things that people dislike about this game, and people may not agree with me on certain points, but I don't want this video to be 3 hours long dissecting every little thing. I wanted to come in, bring in bullet points that I liked and things that I disliked, and I want to know what you liked and what you disliked about the launch of Tarisland. Guys, it's a super busy month coming up with Lost Ark, with Pal World, with Once Human, and I'm super excited to continue bringing you guys the content. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.